Gonna be cute.
You just ready. You just ready.
Got it. Got it. I'm gonna have to look his name up. Not Whitney. I guess I'll be on Instagram.
All right, y'all. So ain't nothing off limits. So I'm gonna ask y'all whatever I want to ask y'all.
Is that what's happening?
That's what we doing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wave at the people. Hold on.
Let me tell
You
y'all
want to put your headphones on?
Somebody quote unquote warned me today. They came for me like a gangster on text message.
I mean, it happens.
To the best of us.
Who was that?
I'm serious. I was alone.
It happens.
I had to pull a page out of Alex Jante's book and like fight me.
That's not a direct quote of mine.
Hope you can sit it right there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They'll make a noise on the phone.
Yeah.
Find me a spot.
Well, I'm not gonna lie if y'all gonna lie. I feel like I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I don't want to be in the way either, though.
Hey, all the Christian?
You need to go to the microphone.
I might not even be that way.
Y'all gonna realize.
My microphone like this.
Last time I went to the out in public establishment, just decided to kill me.
I know I got some way. I feel like I'm
Did you see it? Is that better?
What kind of show? Oh, for that show.
I just told you just now. I'm gonna be following you.
Val.
I know about this show.
You just talked about it.
Justice So Christian is not blocked on both of us.
You're gonna get credit.
Is that better?
You always show people who say really no credit.
All of your face.
Scoot over a little bit.
Keep these questions cute, right?
Y'all gonna talk this whole time? How many minutes y'all talk for?
What time is it?
I know my
This will come at 2:30.
No, we can stop it now. We can stop it now.
No, ain't
Oh, because you got it too far down.
You got 26 seconds.
Oh, okay.
No.
So we'll talk about 10 minutes. You want to close it out?
About to end and ain't nobody sitting on there watching.
They'll be back.
That's alright, because when my husband comes around, nobody won't pay attention.
Oh, y'all look so fresh faced and cute or whatever.
Oh, thank you so much. Everybody can't get that thing, child.
In the driveway, and the pictures on the ground of a first date. I never in a million years thought this would be.
What's up, everybody? We're back. Amari, I hope you was listening because, baby, we got to get you inside of Hollywood, okay? Now, we got some very special guests here. 3 people that I happen to actually like. And, it's very rare that Mikey likes a lot of different people. He kind of says himself he likes his back cave. But right now, y'all, we got Mr. Alex Jante in the room. Yeah. I got Miss Lisa Hope.
Well, hello.
I got Mr. Christian Emile Dacus here.
What up, what up?
What is going on with y'all 3?
Hey, how you doing?
Well, I'm going to tell y'all something. The Alex and these 2 right here, guys, are in the Unanointed series. Okay? And the Unanointed series pretty much is a web series of its first kind. It's like supernatural meets science. So apparently, people contract a virus called Vic. And they can get it sexually. I believe that's how they get it sexually.
Yes, it's a sexual disease.
It's a sexual disease. And it actually gives them vampire-like features. Like they stay up at night, but not because they're allergic to the sun, but because that's when it's active in their system. They get fangs. And they get pheromones too to make people want to jump their bones. And I slick on some Vic myself now. But Alex, talk to me about the series.
So the Unanointed series, like you said, is a different spin on what we see in sci-fi from vampires and all types of realms of fantasy. And I just incorporated some aspects, a little bit of horror and a little bit of the LGBT lifestyle. And I wanted to see what those ingredients look like put together. And what we got was the Unanointed. And I have both Christian and Lisa here, part of that journey as well. And we had the opportunity to really kind of make this 6-episode first season series based upon just an idea I had. So it took me like a weekend to write the episodes. And then we kind of filmed it over, I believe, like a month and a half. Mm-hmm. I was able to put it together.
You know what? I really like how you kind of did it very Issa Rae mantra where she said, that when she created Awkward Black Girl, what she did to get her cast members and got production together was that she pretty much reached across the table, meaning she got her friends, her co-workers, her neighbors. And that's what she did, because your cast consists of your friends, your family, your boyfriend. And I think that's really dope. Like, Hope, tell me, what made you want to do this? Is it because Alex is your cousin, or because you like actually believed in like the series itself?
Well, after reading the script, it was actually pretty dope. Okay. And I was like, well, of course I want to be a part of this, not only just because he's my cousin, right. But the character that I play is very relatable as well, because I'm kind of silly and have my little petty moments sometimes.
Hello.
Don't we all?
And I'm on little petty.
But just all in all, like, it's really, really good. And I thought that he could definitely be breaking out a milestone with this. So I was like, well, yeah, I want to be a part of it.
I like her. So Lisa plays the character of Valerie, and she's one of 2 news anchors on the show, The Unanointed. And what happens is Valerie gives you the perspective of more of the conservative media about what happens when a large number of people are affected by a certain epidemic. Valerie's perspective and mindset is you need to look out for yourself. There's strange things out here. There's these vampires going on. There's this new disease. We don't know what's going on. Make sure you protect yourself. And her co-anchor, Ryan, who's played by... who's played by Ricardo Wanzer. Okay. He's more of a liberal thinking anchor, where he's like, well, if we are all educated, we know more about it, we can help each other. There's no need to be really afraid if we have the knowledge behind what's happening. So you kind of see them play off of one another on the show, with her more conservative views and his liberal views. And something that's very relatable to what we see in today's society as a whole when it comes to just different things, political, social, and otherwise.
You know, that kind of reminds me of Fox News that makes Fox 5. When you say it like that. So
I don't watch Fox, so I wouldn't know.
Let me tell you. No, I don't watch Fox News either, but Fox 5 is always good for a laugh. You know, there be a little hood on there. Shout out to their crew. What I like most about the series, like I said, is it something different. A lot of times when I watch these different series, web series, it's always about, it's like a coming of age story. And it's some boy trying to obtain some really pretty unattainable boy. And I was like, well, can we get something a little bit more relatable? Like for, when I see Vic, I kind of relate it to people who are living with HIV. Because in that first episode, when, you know, he's trying to win over, what is Brendan Carson's character name? Kyle. Shout out to Brendan Carson, by the way. Yeah, he's living his best life in LA right now.
So there is a mixture of very new faces, but we have some old veterans on there, like Brandon and Ricardo. He was also in some web series as well. So those are some recognizable faces.
Because that scene right there is the one that like kind of touched me the most, when the boy didn't want to deal with him because he found out he had Vic, quote unquote.
Don't give away nothing, Mikey. You give away.
Well, yeah, they hadn't seen the first episode. Like, yeah. Let me tell you, y'all watched the first episode. No, I'm not saying everything. Don't do it, because like it's some twists inside there that I didn't expect. And I'm pretty good about like looking at a series and being like, oh, well, this is what's going on. This is going to happen. And I was like,
I think you touch on a very important point. So my idea was to write a fantasy show that just had gay elements, not to write a gay show that had some different things happening. I wanted to be, in my head, the Game of Thrones of the LGBT web series. And I thought if I was thinking about story first, what characters and what type of plot devices would I need to kind of formulate something that people would actually be interested in? And then how do I look at those characters to make the story move? Because if you look at The Unanointed, if you watch like episode 1 through 6, you can replace any of those characters with a straight character, and it still works.
You can. Their sexuality was like second to everything else.
Yes, and I think that's the important piece. There's elements that we all relate to because we are like in the community, or we see it or we have a friend of it. But I think the important part is it moves because it's really generated upon what's happening to the community as a whole, which is this Vic epidemic.
Got you. Christian, you actually helped Alex film this.
I did.
Talk to me about the project, because this is also your first acting gig as well, correct?
It is. And for me, it wasn't really acting. I'm hanging out with my friend. This is how me and Alex actually act. I'm pretty sure that character was like me, the character of Maurice. Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, Mikey also has a cameo.
Yes, I have a cameo. Y'all see me inside of the, breaks and all.
And if you haven't watched it yet, you can find The Unanointed on YouTube. If you YouTube the word Jantè 5000 or even keyword The Unanointed, you should be able to find it.
Awesome. Alex, what is it that you plan on doing next with this web series? I'm hoping for a season 2, but I know also that you're moving away to Texas. So how can we accomplish this? Are we gonna have to all come to Texas and caravan and get this thing done in a week?
Moving to Texas?
Yeah, let me tell you something. Just pause. Let's just stop the race right now because I'm low key. Yeah, my heart is breaking.
What's happening? Everybody's heart.
Let me tell you something. I'm just gonna put you on the side. Like, I love Alex Jante. Alex is probably the only. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Alex is probably the only web star I respect 10,000%. And if he tells me something, a lot of times I'll say something. The rest of them I'll say something back to.
So crazy.
Anyhow, the rest of them I'll say something back to. Me and Rocc have a big brother, little brother relationship. It's different. But Alex, I actually respect him. Alex one time was just like, "Why are you acting out like this?" He's like, "You need to be more mature. You're too old for that." And I was like, "Wait, he's right." You know what I mean? I have a lot of respect for you, man, and I really hate to see you go because I feel like we need more people like you around.
I'm glad you brought up the word maturity. So, unlike other web series, I feel like this is one that has mature tones on it, but you're not
very much so.
But everyone can watch it, right? Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily like a skin show or anything degrading or anything like that. I think that was important as I thought about how to formulate that. To answer another question about how to move forward, I have a whole season 2 in mind. In fact, I was telling Lisa, like, I had a season 2 in mind while I was writing season 1. And if you think about how, like, great writing devices like Issa or I'm a nerd, so Marvel Cinematic Universe, you'll see stuff within, like, an Iron Man movie that they referenced in 3 movies later. So I tried to think about what the entire world of these characters were living in and just kind of showed the viewer a little glimpse of what was happening to this one particular character. So things could be referenced back and built upon. So that's kind of where I thought. So writing a season 2 in my head isn't necessarily hard.
My question for Christian and Lisa, would you guys be willing to do other web series outside of this one?
So much silence. I've been around a lot of web series people. That's not my forte. I prefer to be behind the camera. Mm-hmm. But it was enjoyable. And yeah, I'd be open to anything, absolutely.
Okay. What about you?
No, I'm just kidding. It really, I'm kind of open to it, but also I'm a little closed in just because I've seen some of the things, Lord, that people have went through, and again, I don't know. It just would depend.
It probably have to be like the right project, right?
Yeah, like it needs to really be something serious, and not to say that anybody else's stuff is not serious, but I'm just saying less drama.
I will say I really was thankful for Lisa and Christian to work on me. This was my first project, not only as an not only as being a person that's leading in an acting role, but I wrote it and directed it and did all the editing and produced it myself. So I appreciate their trust in me to be part of a project for their first time and kind of move forward with that. And also, like I said, the entire cast, like from veterans to the newbies, they really were patient with me, and I asked them to do things, and we just kind of talked through where their character was, and they were able to make it happen.
And they had really good acting skills too. I wouldn't know just from watching this first time that a lot of y'all, it was your first time. Mm-hmm. Like acting. I really wouldn't know that.
I mean, I act every day, but
just
not on camera.
Just not on camera.
Shout out to our lighting guy, Chris.
It's about to get real.
Right.
The lighting guy.
Shout out to our lighting guy, Chris.
Shout out to Chris Moten.
I mean, it's a job well done. Do you have any other plans, like any other web series outside of this? Like, what's the future of Alex, Jante, and writing?
So I need to actually publish a book. I wrote something before, but I didn't get it published. But like I said, I have a season 2 in mind. I actually would love to co-write it with my best friend.
I would love to co-write it. Wait, not me.
Oh, that other best friend. That other one.
Setting you up.
But I definitely already have like a vision in mind for it. And I don't know, like when I go to Dallas, I don't know what the other opportunities would be for this. But I have.
Maybe it's time for you to spread the wealth.
I mean, I have things in mind, so I'll be excited to see who's ever willing,
Okay.
in the future.
Hope, what's next for you? Any plans, projects? What's your summer looking like coming up?
I'm trying to get in the gym. so I can get my body together and do this modeling and possibly do a little bit of acting, but it's more like bigger, a little bit more bigger.
She's being modest. She's also got hair coming out soon.
You got hair coming out soon? Really? No, that's impressive. Coins.
I mean, there's a few things that I'm working on. Okay. Like right now, I'm also trying to develop an app. I'm not quite finished yet, but that's something that I'm working towards. It's called Say Global Incorporated, and basically it's just a way for people to go and find hair locally, almost like the Yelp, but Yelp for hair. And that's one project. And then, like Alex said, with selling hair, like there's a couple things that I'm trying to divvy my hands into because entrepreneurship. That's a goal. That is a goal.
I'm putting it out there. We're gonna put it on the universe.
That's a goal.
I have one. Oh well, you know, the caveat to me helping Alex with this project was actually him helping me with my project, which is a photography project.
Okay.
Seeing as he leaving in about a week and a half.
Right.
A week?
Yeah, he's shortened the days on this.
Yeah, it's narrowing down. I would still like to get that photography project, but I'm always taking pictures.
Okay, well, you know, Atlanta's full of models, quote unquote. So, you know,
the difference.
It's a difference. Yeah, you want some real models instead of the ones that are in the bathroom.
No. And what I do.
Instagram stories are not a model mate.
I mean, yeah, no, everybody wants that physique and that whatever, but as a photographer, I capture the beauty within anyone.
All right.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I want people who I see the beauty in, my friends, the people I care about, people I don't give a shit about. Sorry, don't care about. Can I say that? You can say that. The people that I don't care about.
You didn't hear me.
My mouth is red. You know, just because it captures, it's my skill is capturing that.
Awesome. Well, I want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much for stopping by.
We appreciate this. Like we said, you can definitely watch the Unanointed web series. It's on YouTube. I believe in letting it be free and letting people see the art in the whole. If you YouTube Jante 5000, you'll be able to find it. It's also on Instagram as well and Facebook.
Awesome. How can everybody follow y'all? Give me all your social media.
Well, my social media is I am Lisa Hope.
Okay.
Please follow me on Twitter. I need some more followers.
Got you.
At I am the Hope on Twitter.
Got you, Christian.
You can find me on Instagram at Mr_Dacus. That's DACUS.
All right. And you
can find me on all social media platforms as Alex Jante, AlexJante.
All right. And the Unanointed series, of course?
The Unanointed web series is found on YouTube. You can YouTube The Unanointed, or you can YouTube Jante 5000.
All right. Dope. Thank y'all so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all check out Alex's web series and support it. If you want to see something different in the web world, that means you got to put the numbers up there with it, okay? So, y'all, let's get some new content out here, all right? I want to see more stuff than Grumpy Boys, all right? We'll be back in just a little minute, y'all. I'm going to let y'all listen to a little music. Remember, you're listening to WTT Radio's currently Mikey with Rocc, all right? I'm going to send you some storyboards this summer that I want you to look at.
Oh.
Talk about some, I wasn't trying to let the world know about my hair yet, child.
I was trying to plug you.
Trying to let the world know about Alex leaving.
You know.
Everybody ain't know.
Was everybody not supposed to know?
Everybody didn't know.
Huh?
They know now.
So you.
Let me tell you, because I said, I don't know if he was leaving. I was like, yeah. But I said that, like, when I was at the thing, I was, on Saturday at Trey's and thing. I was like, yeah, I was just going to go. It was like, Wendell was like, what? So it's a week and a half.
Ashley and Aaliyah.
Are we having a party? What are we doing? Are we having a party? What party? I'm asking y'all.
We're going to go see Avengers.
Oh, that's what it was. You sorry.
Listen, you can be one of Alex's surprise parties. It don't really work that way. I'm giving that
That's
up.
what I said. I'm going to
do whatever Alex
I'm going to go to Avengers, but I'm going to go to the screening, too. The screening is on Tuesday.
Ashley said, hey.
Hey, cool.
Let me get some pictures y'all real quick.
It's not a real word. UN. A-N.
2.5 minutes.
A-N.
U-N.
U-N.
A-N.
No, everybody come back and say goodbye.
O-I-I-N-T-E-D.
It'd be time to go. It'd be 10 o'clock.
T-E-D. Wait. There you go.
Is it like 2 minutes apiece, right?
You know, 2 minutes.
Bye, everyone.
One more song.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay, be so shy coming